matter how well you think you're starting now, is going to suck. You have a lot of potential, you just don't get started with anything. Your first shot at something is not your best shot. Anytime you decide to do something new, the first time you try something is not your best time you've tried the thing. Think about it. Most of the times we go into this mental paralysis of thinking and want to start this thing, but we think about it so many times and we go into this loop of just thinking about it, and we actually never take any action on the things that we think about. Do you want to take your life serious? Do you want to be the first to take advantage of an opportunity when it shows up? But then until you open your mind to it, then you work within the parameters. So my question for you today is, what can you do today in your current moment with whatever you have to make a little shit towards your goal? Hey folks, welcome back to another video. My name is Samuel Laye, and if you are new to this channel, I help people with their mindset, how to overcome adversities and grow in all aspects of their lives. It could be personal development, business, or just anything that has to do with your mind and limiting beliefs. So if this is you, I want you to subscribe to the channel and just enjoy the journey. What I'm going to be talking about today is something that has been on my mind for a while. Your first shot at anything is not your best shot. The first time you try something is not your best time you've tried the thing. Think about it. Most of the times we go into this mental paralysis of thinking and overthinking and thinking about starting this very thing that we've always wanted to start. We want to start this thing, but we think about it so many times and we go into this loop of just thinking about it, and we actually never take any action on the things that we think about, all because we want it to be perfect when we start. We want it to be the best when we start, but then that's not how life works. Starting means you are starting from scratch. Starting means you are starting from where you are. I want you to think about the best camera that has ever been created on this planet. Think about the iPhone. iPhones have one of the best cameras. Guess what? In 5 years, something else is going to come up that will beat the iPhone. So even though in this moment it looks like it's the best, it's going to suck in 5 years. The first time that they created the iPhone, which is the iPhone with the round edges, guess what? That iPhone was the best then. Everybody wanted it. I remember the first time my mom and dad surprised me with an iPhone. It blew my mind. Okay, let me just say the story. So it was my birthday, and most of you who don't know, my parents are pastors. My birthday was on a Sunday, and I remember telling my dad and my parents, Daddy, I want an iPhone. I want an iPhone. My dad never understood what is all that is there about an iPhone. So they are the last people I even thought would ever want to even get me something like this. I went to take my shower, preparing to go to church as usual, and I don't know how they did it. I didn't even know they had plans like that in their heads, because they are the old school type of parents. But anyway, I went to take my shower, and I came back and there was a box on my bed. That was something that I never thought my parents would ever do, and it blew my mind. There was a box on my bed, and at that time it was the iPhone 5 or 5S, one of them, 5S. Oh yeah, 5S, the space gray one, right? And I was done taking my shower. I came into the room and there was a box on my bed. I then decided to open the box. I opened the box. It was tough opening the box. So this is something that they had planned a long time ago. I opened the box and here you go, an iPhone 5. First of all, I thought I was dreaming, okay? Because I never thought they would do something like that. And if somebody was going to do something like that, it would probably be one of my cousins or my sister or somebody or a friend, right? I never thought my parents would do something like that. So when they did that, it blew my mind. But then guess what? That's all to say that if you give me that iPhone today, I'm not going to use it. Why? Because the time that the iPhone came out, how good the camera was, how nice it was then, has changed. We are now on iPhone 15, and depending on when you watch this video, we'll probably be on iPhone something else, 15, 17, 18, 20, whatever it is, right? We'll be somewhere with an iPhone. And what am I trying to say? I'm trying to say that your first shot at something is not your best shot. Anytime you decide to do something new, guess what? You are going to suck. It's going to suck. It's normal to suck. Start where you are. Start with what you have. Most people want to start singing and they think they need to get a big stage before they can sing. Trust me, all you can do is let people know on your TikTok, your Instagram, your YouTube that you know how to sing. You can just do covers of other people singing. Post it on your social media. That is your platform. Post it and see if people actually love your voice. You don't have to wait till you have a big auditorium before you start singing, or you wait for that big opportunity before you start singing. No, that is not what you do. Your first shot at something is not your best shot. It's called your first for a reason, okay? Your first time you are doing something, it's not going to be the best. It's going to suck. No matter how well you think you started, it's going to suck because things are improving. The world is changing. Technology is coming. Things are just improving. No matter how well you think you're starting now, it's going to suck. I'm saying all this to get you to take action. You have a lot of potential. You just don't get started with anything. There's so much in you. You are pregnant with so much. You just don't bring it out. And this is something that I remember from a post on Instagram. And it goes like, we should fall in love with the journey. The journey is the goal. But most of the times, we think the journey is the obstacle between us and our goals. But in actual sense, the goal, that big goal that we have, becomes the obstacle. That becomes what is preventing us from actually starting our journeys. And the journey is actually inevitable. You have to start. If you don't start, you don't get to see the progress. You don't get to see the progress that you've made. As I said, the first time of doing something is called the first time for a reason. It means there could be a second time, there could be a third time, there could be a fifth time. Those who are good at doing a thing are not those who do 100 things. They are those who do one thing 100 times. This is what depicts winners from losers. So my question for you today is, what can you do today in your current moment with whatever you have to make a little shift towards your goal, towards your big goal? What can you do today that is going to get you closer in terms of effort? What can you put in today that can get you closer to your goal? It's not about the big goal. It's about the daily things, the daily tasks. In the book Atomic Habits, there's a phrase inside that goes like, we don't rise to the level of our goals. We rather fall to the level of our systems. However your system is set up in a day, that is how your life runs. Your life runs through a system. The inputs of those systems that you have in place is what's going to determine your output in 5 years. Not just having a goal of what you want to achieve in 5 years, but in your daily inputs. How many of you know of the first mover's advantage? And I heard this from Myron Golden. This is something that he uses when he's closing people on deals. But then I took something from it. What is the first mover's advantage? The first mover's advantage is the first people, or the first number of people who take action based on an idea are the people who make the most out of it in terms of money. The first people who take action when something is introduced, these are people who make the most out of it. The first people to create a car, they are the people who made the most out of making a car. The Wright brothers inventing an aircraft, these are people who make the most out of it because they took the opportunity as soon as it showed up. As soon as the opportunity came, they took it. My question for you today is, are you a first mover? Do you want to take your life serious? Do you want to be the first to take advantage of an opportunity when it shows up, because you are going to make the most out of it. Start with what you have. For most of you, it just has to be you going live and showcasing your talents to the world. Go live tonight, go live tomorrow. Do something that will get you close to your goal. Because with whatever decision that we make in a day, it either gets us close to our goal or further away from your goals. Constantly ask yourself, is this thing I'm about to do going to get me closer to my goal or further away from my goal? Hey, if you are watching up until this point, then I have an opportunity for you. If you want to learn how to make your first $1,000 online, or your first $5,000 online, or even your first $100 online, then I have an opportunity for you. The Online Bread Launch Plus. This is a program that I put together to help people make money with e-commerce. For some people, they just want to see that there's a possibility of making a sale online. This program goes into details. It has all the tools that you need to go from novice to making your first $10,000 online, your first 1K, or even your first $500 online. If this is you, I want you to click the link in the description and go grab the Online Bread Launch Plus, and I'll see you in class. That being said, your first shot at something is not going to be your best shot. If I say you should raise your hand above your head, what will you do? You will do this. Now, if I say no, higher, what will you do? You move it a little higher. If I say no, higher than that, can you go higher than that? You move it a little higher. If I say no, higher than that, you move it a little higher. Okay. Now, why is it that the first time I asked you to raise your hand above your head, you didn't go the highest that you could while sitting? You just did this until I asked higher, and you did this higher. This means that your first shot at anything is not your best shot. There's always a possibility of you getting more. But then until you open your mind to it, then you work within the parameters. When I said higher, now you realize that, okay, no, there's something higher than what I just did. Higher. You can even stand on the chair. You can even stand on a table or a chair and go higher, right? If you enjoyed watching this video, I want you to click the like button, share this video with a loved one, and let's help each other grow our minds to achieve more in life. Thanks for watching this video. I'll catch you guys on another video. Let's go.